So whatever you're giving your attention to, because of law of attraction's response to your vibrational output, it's gaining momentum. So a really good thing to ask yourself is, what's gaining the most momentum in my experience? The new idea of what I want, or the now awareness of what already is? Am I keeping myself from moving forward because of my attention to what is? Yes. Am I keeping myself from moving forward because of my attention to what is? Yes. Well, Abraham, am I keeping myself from moving forward because of my attention to what is? Can't you hear us? Yes. What is often is a wonderful thing to focus upon, because sometimes you want a continuation of some of what is, but sometimes you don't want a continuation of some of what is. So you want to be a selective sifter. And so then you say, yes, I'll do that soon. I'll do that soon. And we want to help you to give yourself the benefit of the doubt here. Give yourself a break, because you can't all of a sudden begin believing or thinking so differently than what you have been because of momentum. And so sometimes you have a momentum of beliefs. Sometimes you say, it's like my thoughts are thinking me rather than I am thinking my thoughts. And we say, well, you're always doing the thinking, but law of attraction plays a big factor in the thoughts that you are currently thinking. So today, I want to talk with you about anything that matters to you, but we want to help you to get a handle on what your point of attraction is. And we want to show you some easier ways to adjust the vibrational output that you've got going on. Begin to let some of those beliefs that aren't serving you go dormant by your lack of attention to them. But you can't all of a sudden let something go dormant that has momentum going. That's like saying, okay, I'm going to push my car, and right before it crashes into the bay below, I'm going to stop it. And we say, probably not in a comfortable way. And we want you to know that you can change your beliefs in comfortable ways. It doesn't have to be a hard thing. Someone said to us the other day, how do you get rid of doubt? And we said, before you get it. Well, how annoying is that? If I've already got it, then it's too late for me. What we wanted to make this person understand is that what you've got going on right now will peter out if you do not continue to give more attention to it. Really, it will. This universe is based upon attraction, and when you are thinking about something, law of attraction is responding to the active vibration here and now. So if the active vibration here and now is different than it was before, then your point of attraction is shifted and you're going to receive different things. How is it that you conjure something in your mind, practice it a little bit, and then it begins manifesting in your experience? Everything that you are living is a literal translation of the vibration that you've been practicing. But when you're not doing it on purpose, when you're not doing it deliberately, when you're not paying attention to the guidance system within you, and you're not deliberately molding your thought with awareness of what the new molding feels like, then you have a tendency as humans, we love you so much, to observe outcomes, to observe conditions, and then to spend most of your time evaluating the conditions, vibrating all over the place because of them. So you have very little control of your own output because you're so, we love you so much, nosy. You have so much attention about so many things that you then activate in your vibration that doesn't serve you. And the primary reason that you are willing to do that is because, did we tell you we love you? You're willing to put up with not feeling good. You're willing to endure negative emotion. You're willing to say, guidance system, I know you're trying to help me do what's better for me, but I'm strong and brave, and I can endure the discord that I'm feeling as I focus in opposition to what I want, to all that I've become, and to who I really am. That was dramatic, wasn't it? But you do it because you are willing to put up with it to a certain extent. And this is what we meant as we were talking to our friend about getting rid of doubt before it starts. In the early stages of practicing that vibration, it's not all that painful. It feels sometimes like a little bit funny, and then a little bit interesting, and then slightly annoying, and then maybe even overwhelming and irritating. But you can live with all of that. That's just daily life on planet Earth, you say. And we say, but it doesn't have to be. And if you let the momentum of it move from those slight irritations and you don't do something about changing the focus of your thoughts, it's going to get bigger. And before you know it, you've got some full-blown car barreling down the hill, and you're at the bottom of the hill trying to stop the momentum, and you're saying, this is hard. This is too hard. Life is hard. And it's not my fault. I blame my mother. She should have warned me. She shouldn't have warned me. She should have done something. She should have not done something. Poor mother, she can't win. And so once you realize that you have control now, so yes, there's momentum now, and yes, it's playing out now, but it can change because you have the ability to change your perspective. You have the ability, and these are the words we want you to leave here remembering forevermore. We're going to give it to you in a context that you've never considered before. You must consider your life experience without giving so much attention to the conditions of the experience. Because you cannot find vibrational alignment with source and with what's coming and with who you really are and with what you want and with all that you've created and with what's in your vortex and with all of the things that you have become. You cannot be a vibrational match to the more of you when you are a vibrational match to the less of you. It's one or the other. In other words, you've got to focus toward something. And if you're focused toward what is, then you are just regurgitating what is. You're holding yourself in a vibrational pattern that won't let you move from where you are. Different faces, different places. Have you noticed? Different scenarios, but the same old keeps happening because of your attention to what is, you see. You have to look at things the way Source looks at things. You can't have something going on in your vibration and just cover it up with words and action. That's not unconditional. That's based upon the conditions. And so we know it feels a little uncomfortable in the beginning of this discussion, but it is our promise to you that by the time you leave this gathering today, you'll have a clear understanding of how to tune to who you really are and what you really want, rather than to the current condition that is introducing resistance into your vibration. And that is all that is required for you to move from unwanted to wanted, or from less of something that you want to more of something that you want, to more interest, to more delight, to more passion, to more eagerness, to more love, to more appreciation, to more alignment, to more of who you already are vibrationally. The energy that creates worlds. Imagine that. The energy that creates worlds. The vibrational equivalent to your desires. Keeping the light on. Keeping the vibration steady. So that anytime you get in the vicinity or away from the vicinity, you'll know where you are in relationship to it. Helps you to zero in on who you really are and what you really want. To become the fullness of all that you are. So your work really is the step 3 part of this 3-step process. Now step 4 process, but the step 3 process we talked about for so many years. Ask, Source answers, and then you must find a way to become a vibrational match to what you're asking for. In other words, you can't want something and doubt it and get it. You can't want something and be mad that you don't have it and get it. You can't want something and be impatient about it. The flight attendant said, "Thank you for your patience." And Esther said, "You're confused about who." You must be talking about the previous flight, because no patience happening here. You can tell by the way you feel whether you are in alignment or whether you are not. We're going to help you to find some ways, if you want them, to line up easily with who you are and what you want. In some ways, some of the things that we will suggest today, you will stubbornly protest against a little bit, because it's just going to seem too simple. And some of the things that we're going to say to you and promises that we're going to make to you, you may even doubt a little bit, because they're just words that sort of kind of make sense, and maybe you feel resonance with them, but you haven't had the manifestational evidence in your life yet about it. But we know that with just a little bit of listening and a little bit of resonating and a little bit of awareness and then a little bit of focusing, that you will find manifestational evidence about everything that we talk about here today. You're going to know precisely how your thoughts become the reality that you are living, so that not only you are aware of it, but others who are observing you as well. So as we've been talking to you about launching these rockets of desires, we also wrote a book about where they go. We called it the Vortex. It's this vibrational reality. It's this vibrational reality that you cannot yet see or hear or smell or taste or touch. You can feel it emotionally. Well, that's just annoying to people. We spend a lot of time trying to talk you into getting into the vortex where everything you want is. And you were very nice to us. No one ever got up and left the room. Well, just that one guy. But you were interested about the vortex, but you began saying things like, okay, so my fortune's in the vortex, Abraham. I want it to come out of the vortex and into my bank. Because it's nice knowing that I've created realities that I can't see yet, or that others can't see, but really, how long can this go on? How long do you think you can keep me hopeful about things that aren't tangible? And we say, it was never your intention to come and live without the tangibility. You are in a time-space reality where you can measure your existence through your manifestations. We just want you to understand that if you've got a vibration going on that is keeping you from being a vibrational match to what you want, the manifestation that you want cannot come. And you wouldn't want it to. You wouldn't want it to. So then we began talking to you about, so here's all of this vibrational reality, and you're going, yeah, we accept it, get on with it. How do I get it into my reality where I can see it, where others can see it? And so we began talking about your point of attraction. For a while we called it a grid. It's your point of attraction. It's like the framework of who you are, looking for different ways to help you feel the reality of your point of attraction. Your point of attraction, where you stand. And mostly it's about how you feel right now. How do you feel right now? What's your mood? What is the mood that is swirling around you? Because your mood is the best indicator that you have to let you know what the vibrational atmosphere is that you've got going on. And your vibrational atmosphere matters because it is your point of attraction. How you feel, your mood, the thoughts you're thinking, the beliefs you hold, what's going on, the conversations you have, how you move in the world, how you feel in the world, what you're doing now. Right now, you have a relationship with your vortex. Right now, you have a relationship with your vibrational reality. And the question that we want you to ask yourself is the relationship that you have with something that's in your vibrational reality, in your vortex, is the relationship you have one of holding it away? And you can tell by the way you feel whether you are holding it away or whether you are allowing it in. You can also tell by whether it's coming in or not. We're not asking you to just hold yourself in this emotional state of being and just take our word for it. What we're saying to you is take our word for it, hold yourself in the emotional state of being, and watch the evidence move from your vibrational reality into your reality, until before long you will have such confidence in your ability to manifest anything that you desire, because you will have discovered what kinds of things you've been doing that have been preventing the things that you want from coming easily. And we can tell you in a very succinct, nutshell kind of a sentence what it mostly is. Your observation of the conditions that exist now are the reason that you keep repeating a pattern that holds away the things you want. It really is that simple. You got to change the way you look at things. You got to reorient yourself. You've got to become more vibrational interfacing. You have to trust the way you feel. You have to accept that you have guidance. You have to accept that your guidance is always leading you toward what you want. And you have to be aware of when you're moving toward what you want and when you're not moving toward what you want. And you have to accept that the emotions that you hold are the indicator of whether you're moving closer or further. You can just tell. You'll get so good at this that you'll be in the middle of a conversation and you'll stop talking right in the middle of it, because you'll realize that you're moving away from what you want rather than toward what you want. So often, in your quest to make someone else understand what you mean, who's in a different vibrational frequency and is not hearing what you mean, in your attempt to get them to hear what you mean, you are responding to the condition of them not hearing So you are basing what you are saying based upon what they are not hearing, and then you join them in their frequency rather than maintaining yours, and then instead of them hearing what you mean, you hear what they mean, and nothing changes. Oh, you got that, didn't you?